So, the party has recently come back from their raid on the old Durst windmill, where they found the hag sisters, the daughters of Nanny Morgan, who were using children to make their dream pastries which prevent you from feeling the bite of Borovia's dreams, ensuring good night's sleep and good feeling overall. There were some complications, and for a time, you guys thought you're gonna be stuck at the windmill tonight, at the mercy of werewolves. However, um, thanks to some very lucky memory walk on on Anarev's spot, the unicorn Freelaren was shrunken down, and you guys rode um, hard and fast to Valaki. You also managed to secure quite a bit of funds for yourselves, but you also found a chest that was guarded by a demon lock, one that you could not open. It asked you for the true master's name, but you did not know what to say. You also found a shrine inside the building to some sort of bat demon-like figurine. Um, Escher gave Tom his cards and offered knowledge of Stad in exchange for hearing out and carrying out his assassination request. You guys still don't know who it is that he wants you to assassinate. You guys also regained the Wand of Pierce Through and Spear of Beasts, a sentient spear that has sworn vengeance on Strad's right-hand man and foremost general, the Dusk Elf Hadin. And Eric Perez, you commissioned Madame Mafalda for Bracers of Archery, a major one, for 1900 gold. It will take her 3 days to carry it out, but at the end of it, you will have your Bracers of Archery. 1 minute.
I meant that I had to go pick up a pizza that wasn't ready in time, so forgive me.
Sorry about that, I'm back. Right, with that, the party has exited Madame Mafalda's shop. You are now free to decide where you'd like to go next, what you'd like to do. Oh, the other thing is that you found that one of the children you rescued from the windmill, Loretta, was a hag boy. It seems that she was in the process of, at least the beginning of the process of being turned into a hag, and was fed what's called fiend larva seeds, which accelerate the transformation.
Well then.
Lost your words. Save the soon, gentlemen. Where do we go now?
Well, we should probably touch base with Lady Irina, I would think.
I start walking in that direction.
Okay. Oh, the token already there. And you guys, I'll move you guys towards the Burgomaster's mansion.
Along the way, I stop everybody. and I pull the spear out and I sit with it. I look at everybody. Watch us. And I close my eyes and I attune to the spear.
Oh, shit.
Alright, you attune to the spear and you guys see woof, the Herod Fisk's head explodes out, becoming a massive and long mane. Not like a big poofy one, but like this very. He has a very long mane of hair extending from the back of his head now, from the back and the top of his head, looking almost leonine now in appearance. The fur, though black, has a tinge of red at its base.
Shit.
Nice. It's pretty cool. With
Look
which
at
my
you,
sword
Fisk.
gave me a cool new haircut.
Do I feel any different?
You do. You feel this. You feel just this power, like energy, like a surge of adrenaline pounding through you. Uh, you can almost feel like this righteous anger bubbling in your belly, and your grip on the spear redoubles. It feels as natural as an extension of your body as anything has ever felt. You feel like you could take down anything, anyone, no matter who, no matter what, as long as you have the spear in hand. In your mind, you can hear the spear's voice in elation that you have discovered such a close attunement. Yes, yes, use me, use me. Together, we can kill them all. Every last one of those bastards. And then, when it's all said and done, Mount Rahadin's head on my blade.
Not all fiends will we slay. We go to one now.
You feel an immediate wave of cold emerging from the spear. What do you mean? What?
Part fiend. We do not slay.
Spear grows silent and for a moment and says, when we made this connection, I gave my word that I will listen in this matter. And so, as a warrior, I will do so.
We will find it fiends to slay.
Good.
And I get up, I look at the rest, I nod, and head off in the direction of the house.
I follow along.
Alrighty, let me move you guys to the Bogo Master map. I keep accidentally dragging Zerine. I should probably move her down. Yeah, there we go. Ben, I miss you. Come back. Alrighty. I was just there. There we are.
Oh, thank God.
Alrighty, you guys arrive at the Bogo Master's mansion, and you guys see um, there's some builders all around. It seems to have taken some damage recently. Oop, that should not be there. And that should not be
That was a little confusing.
there. If anyone else is accidentally anywhere else, let me see. No, they're not. Okay. You guys, yeah, you guys see the guards immediately recognize you and move aside. Says, welcome, welcome. Uh, Gone are the suspicious glares and sidelong looks. You guys are definitely recognized and um, desirable people in this place and time.
I give him a smile and a good day, gentlemen. And
Good day. If you are looking for the Bogo mistress, she is currently in her office with the children of Lady Vactor.
this will be fun. And I head on inside. Leave the office. In here, right?
Yes, please come. Please, one of the maids, like he whistles, and one of the maids like comes in. Ah, oh, so sorry. Like she almost bumps into you. Please follow me. She's right upstairs. And I'll drag everybody upstairs. See Ulgal, Rosano, and Varys. Oh, this is
Outside.
one of Zolto. Can get out of here.
Get out of here.
Where? There we go. There he is. Okay. The maid will lead you over here where, as you come up the stairs, you can already hear voices coming from down the corridor. You hear banging on the door. On the door at the other end of the corridor that you cannot see at the moment, but you can hear, and you can hear Victor's voice saying, "Mother, please, just come. You have to eat something."
I look at the maid and I say, is she taking it hard?
She looks back to you guiltily. Yes, she is rather unhappy. She's lost both her sister and her husband in the same day, after all.
Very true.
You guys hear arguing voices speaking in Barovian coming from the direction of the Burgomaster's office. The maid knocks, and the voices stop, and the maid. You hear a burst of Barovian and Irina's voice. The maid opens the door and says, "Lady Irina bids you come in."
Oh boy.
Okay. Inside, you see a little sight. Irina Koliana outside of her armor, looking a little bit bedraggled and frustrated. In the meantime, in front of her, you see Isaac Strasny, still bandaged from his recent adventure with the in the House of Wachter. The two Wachter boys, as well as a man in the old Wachter armor, in a sneering expression. Guys, so good to see you. The Wachter boys turn to you. Um, the younger one nods awkwardly, and the second one glances at you, not saying a word, keeping a neutral expression for a moment, and then gives a very slow nod. Тобі парадош, іди нахуй, іди сюди. Carl, Nikolai, I will speak to you later. Lady Irina, this is. I trust that you would be the one to bridge our houses in this most troubling time. Despite my mother's unfortunate condition and death, the House of Wachter is still powerful. We could be great allies if you simply see things our way. Come, Karl. Albrecht. Let's go. The two Wachter boys and the bodyguard leave. Bodyguard walks in a strange, sinuous way for such a large man. His footfalls barely make any sound whatsoever. He pauses at the door after his masters leave, and you can see him taking a sneering look on each and every one of you. He's a tall and rather spindly man. Not like the look of like, haha, you're stupid and ugly or anything like that. Just a look saying, I am looking at you like a cat looks at a mouse, and I like what I see.
I'll wink at him when he looks at me.
I see you too, my friend.
When you when you wink at him, his grin falters as if he's not sure what to say, and he tries winking back. Seems he's not very good at winking, and he accidentally just blinks both eyes. He then walks after the two actors, going to catch up. And he says, "Nina, please, the door." And the maid closes the door behind the departing nobles. Nina sighs and slumps forward in her desk. Oh God! Uh, oh, I was not made for running a city. The the budget alone. Do you know how much he spent on those damned festivals? Diverting money from each and every. He diverted money from the defense of the wall for the festivals. I don't. Oh, I wish he was still alive so I could strangle him. Nobody told my aunt I said that. She's in a bad enough mood as is. We're on a shoestring budget, so I don't have enough money to pay all the guards. I don't have enough money to feed everyone, and I don't have enough money to maintain the walls and the fences. I was speaking. What you've just seen is me trying to convince the Wachters to, as it were, be more civic minded. Unfortunately, they are a miserly bunch. I don't think they're evil, but I think it just smarts too much to hand over the money, especially after what happened to them. But sorry, here I am after you visiting me, and I'm just blabbering on. I'm so glad to see you home safe. I've heard from Isaac what happened, and plus your missive as well.
Been
Are you all okay? Is everything all right?
it's more complicated than ever.
I was afraid you'd say that. Tell me about it.
Well, you heard about the hags, correct?
Yes, of course.
Well, we seem to possibly have a baby hag in our tow.
Baby hag.
Baby hag.
Not to put a finer point on it. Aren't hags just awful creatures? Put the thing out of its misery.
We just recently discovered this, and right now it's a scared little girl. Even I can't bring myself to that.
I'll step forward and kind of give her a quick lowdown of how hags are actually created.
And his brow furrows more and more. It suddenly seems that she has had to mature rather quickly while in office. She strokes her chin. Isaac, in the meantime, maintains a neutral expression.
I kind of
See.
glanced back at him, and I said, in Barovia, everything is corrupted, at least a little. So, being touched by darkness shouldn't be a death sentence here.
She glances at Isaac, who sneers a little bit and turns his gaze away. You can see he's sort of consciously lowering like his cape over his demonic arm that you see is once again covered in black bandages. She turns back to you. No, of course not. I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody.
Um, be that as it may, we have a more pressing matter as far as Balaki goes.
What is that?
Werewolves. Watch Isaac.
They always watch me.
Oh, I mean, I was watching Isaac for his reaction.
Oh, sorry. Bless you, honey. You see Isaac, a vein kind of pops in Isaac's forehead a little bit, and he pops his chest out a little bit. Werewolves are not a problem.
Not in Balaki, but the roads are not safe.
I wish I had the manpower and money to spend on keeping the roads safe, but I don't even know how I'm going to make it in the next 3 months with the men we have already.
Well,
I was hoping
diplomacy can be much less expensive.
Well, you've witnessed my attempt at it when you walked in. There's just I was hoping to turn the combine the Wachter Guard and City Guard into, but that just turned out to be completely unfeasible. Sure, we have a lot of more joiners, but more than 80% of the Wachter Guard elected to just stop being guards, and now we have a whole bunch of unemployed men walking around the streets, either starting to turn to petty crime or being tempted by it. God damn it! If only he hadn't given all of our money on those stupid. Sorry. Yes.
He was getting the money somewhere. Was
Taxes. High taxes. High taxes and bribes. Turns out that people could pay a pretty hefty sum to let their friends and family out early from the stocks. Now that we've discontinued the practice, that's no longer a thing. You wouldn't happen to have a baby-sized ruby anywhere, would you? That I could borrow?
well. Is there any place one could acquire a large sum of money relatively quickly? Smile.
The bastard's castle? I know the other towns pay him tax. Little Barovia, Kresk, some of the smaller towns of Dradvold, I think also. They pay him taxes either with blood or with gold. Every year.
I have something to think about.
I suppose there's also the old temple monastery up the mountain. The Silver Monastery.
Not familiar with this place.
I don't know. What's that? Sorry, Tamanjin, I didn't quite catch that.
I just said I'm not familiar with that place.
Uh, do you remember
Get
Sir
the city back
Godfrey?
on track.
Sorry?
You remember Sir Godfrey?
Yes.
Yes, I believe that is the place where he was talking about Argenvar.
Ah,
Although he made it sound quite dangerous, so I don't know.
and
Silver, they call themselves the Silver Orders. Maybe they had a bunch of silver hidden away. I don't know.
Oh.
But either way, I'm sorry. I don't want to make my city troubles your troubles. You all have enough to worry about, even without it.
How much money would it take to get the city back on track? For a time.
Let me see. She flips some pages over. See her make some calculations with the little abacus she has on the table. Let's see. I think if I had 5,000, around 5,000 roughly gold pieces, I could keep us floating for the next 3 or so months. And if I had 15, I could probably have enough in investment capital to even rehire the Vaxer Guard and get us going on a self-perpetuating basis.
Hmm.
The problem right now is there's too many holes in the boat and not enough wood to plug them in.
well,
And any of the holes, and the trick is knowing which hole can sink us.
well, I pull out of my own stash 1,000 gold. I put it on her desk.
No,
No.
no, Tom, Janae, I couldn't.
Yes, you can and you will.
Okay, I can and I will. Oh, Isaac, Isaac, let the wall guard know that we're going to have that new shipment of silver weapons ready for them by next week. Ah, here, take this. Here, and like she immediately starts like like dividing the money. Here, take this to the blacksmith. Take this to the paymaster. Take this to the widow fund. And like you guys can see, like that after all that, that's left is about 20 gold. Arena looks at it and says, "And take this and um."
As she starts to finish that sentence, Fisk puts another 500 on her desk.
Oh yeah. It just gapes there for a moment. For a moment. Ah. Oh, God. All right. Well,
Oh, just a second.
thank you so much. Let's see now. What was else? What was else on the agenda? Okay. Well, okay. Fisk. Sorry, Isaac. Take this to the Carpenters Guild. Tell them get the northern and southwestern portion of the wall fixed immediately. And there we go. Like now there's 10 gold left on the table. Okay. I think I have enough to let's see. To get myself properly drunk tonight. So thank you so much. I think you've just saved half of a lucky. Again.
Well,
See.
We
Now
need
it's
the
a hard-
city as much as it needs us.
I
Absolutely.
never realized how. My father always spoke of it, but I never realized quite how difficult running a city is.
Maybe it's time to change the name.
I always liked the sound of Irenaville.
New Irina. Now, werewolves.
Lost town.
Werewolves. Right, sorry.
What would it take to accept a truce?
Isaac immediately steps forward. What? Arena lifts a hand, like kind of lifts a hand. Isaac, please. I'm the burgomistress. Now, what?
What would it take to accept a truce?
Okay, I did hear you correctly. Well, with werewolves.
With one pack.
One pack.
Hmm.
It is a pack that hunts on the road between here and Little Barovia.
It would be nearly impossible, I would say, except the Grey Company does have a lot of say and a lot of sway among the people's hearts, especially after you've all fought so visibly against the vampires on the festival day. I'm not going to lie to you. What you're asking is for people to forget and accept upon their midst the most hated adversary. Strahd and his minions were a far off and forgotten threat, but the werewolves were a daily, and are still a daily problem. Like you can see in the orphanage, the people, even on my cousin, the scars of the werewolves.
I'm not asking you to share the city with them.
Share the city.
Just a non-aggressive pack. They leave us alone. We leave them alone.
I could probably manage a non-aggression pack with them. Sharing the city,
Yeah, no,
I would I would be
understand.
beheaded for even suggesting it. No, I don't think Valakians are ready for that. I
They want protection from the nightmares. Give them a section of the city.
Or access to an area near the bones.
A section of the city separate from the rest of it.
Segregated entirely.
Could be arranged, I think. It would be very difficult for me to persuade people, but certainly much more feasible than persuading them to accept them in their midst.
Well, let's open with non-aggression and let people get used to the idea.
Indeed, baby steps. Still, not that I'm suggesting that it would be easy either way. Valaki is already has a space issue, but actually, how does the bones effect work? Does it simply spread to the wood of the walls? Does it spread in a certain area? Does it? How
I
far
will
does it
have to
spread?
find out because I don't know.
I suppose I could have. I suppose we could have an expansion built into Valaki, a section of the walls, and that's close to the northern part of the church. She'll pull out a map of Valaki and say, I cannot give them any existing part of the city, as people already live there. However, if possible, it stands to reason that the effect of the bones spreads to the city limits. I
And
suppose that if the city limits were expanded to include, say, this area, like this,
has potential.
yes, normal. We would need funds for such an undertaking, but because you've just lightened our load quite a lot, I don't think it would be quite as expensive, quite as impossible as I would think it would be.
Well, or invite a certain head of the pack for a talk.
Isaac sped forward. Lady Irina, I respect you and look up to you in many things. I also respect the great company. He looks to you. But this is a mistake. The werewolves have killed dozens of my men. Do you know what they do to families on the road? They scar the children and slaughter the parents. They scar the children because they know that when people see them, they'll think that they're infected with lycanthropy. So the children have no choice when to join the pack of their parents' killers. If you do this, Lady Irina, I cannot guarantee your safety. Not from the city, not from the werewolves. You would bring the dagger of the enemy right to your throat, and their claws and teeth will tear out our necks. Do not do this. Do not do this.
I look up at him and I go, nothing is agreed yet.
I step up to Isaac and sit on the floor in front of him.
He like kind of like clenches himself, and he seems like almost like he's ready like to either defend himself because like he thinks like you're about to attack him, and then like he's completely off guard when you just sit down, and like you can see his hands like half down, half up. Then he relaxes.
They have seen battle.
What's in it for us?
You have seen battle.
More than you can imagine.
They have fought each other. They hate Strahd. You hate Strahd.
Everyone hates Strahd. Everyone's afraid of Strahd.
Would you rather fight Strahd and the werewolves? Or have the werewolves fight with you against him? You do not have to like them.
He bites his... He storms out angrily and slams the door behind him. Irina sighs as she looks after him. You know, he's a lot less unpleasant once you come to know him, I promise you. Or at least that's what Victor says.
I don't give him a whole lot of reasons to like me, so that's okay.
Doesn't like change.
You hear like you hear the office door slam. You hear the door opposite the office open and then slam again as he enters his room.
We like toys.
So, yes, I would like to meet with the leader of this pack.
I will.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you go to her? Tell her that she is invited to meet with me. However, she would need to be... She come here secretly. We will meet, we will talk, and we'll see if there's any treaty that can be done. In the meantime, I suppose I'll try to talk to the city council and see what I can do. And I'll see if I can't squeeze any money out of those wachters either.
Something else you should know.
Yeah?
We only slayed 2 of the 4 eggs, and I have reason to believe that they can resurrect one another. So that battle is far from over.
Oh, good. You know what? Why not? Let's invite them in too. No, I'm kidding. Let's not do that. For now, if you need any help, let me know. Although you've been helping me more than I've been helping you. Um, let me see.
I looked at Ptarmigan.
Where should they meet?
I was thinking here in my office.
Too close to the center.
I look at him puzzled. Meaning?
Closer to the walls. Easier to meet in secret.
That is true.
Our place is ideal. It's an old gatehouse, and it's semi-remote.
I suppose that is true. I suppose there would be less eyes and ears listening in. All right, let's do it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
When?
As soon as you're able, and it would take some time, at least 2 weeks to expand the city by that much. Lumber needs to be gotten. The wall needs to be expanded. Plus, we need to even find out if the influence of the bones work this way. I wouldn't know.
Mother Lucia might know.
She probably would.
She will be. She will. I am assured. All right,
When
Lady
do they
Irina,
meet?
we'll be back on the road very soon. And we may stop the Blue Water this evening, since we have to wait anyway, if you're around.
I'll probably be there as well to pick some load off.
Good.
I think I'll be taking Victor out as well. He's been trying to cheer up Aunt Lydia. She's not been doing so well.
Is there anything we can do there to help?
Not unless you can resurrect my uncle.
Yeah.
And that's going to introduce a whole new slew of issues. I think she just needs time.
Good luck with her.
Thank you.
Say, look at everybody and I go, either Mother Lucia or the Blue Water.
The sooner we talk to Mother Lucia, the better. Didn't she say something about attacking us at dawn? Or did that only mean if we were still on the road?
I suspect that was when they would raid the windmill.
Ah, fair enough.
What time is it right now?
Big, but
The time right now, let me see. It's still pretty early because I think you guys have just gone to the magic shop first thing in the morning. So it's probably around noon.
yeah, I'll go to Mother Lucia's.
I think it's Wednesday right now.
Okay.
My dudes.
It's always Wednesday.
So yeah, we'll head over to the church.
You guys hear angry stomping coming from Isaac's room. And you hear something slamming and against the door, like, and then the sound of something slamming, and then the sound of wood breaking. And let me see something. Just gonna check your passive perceptions real quick.
Roll detects nothing.
Honorim, you as you exit, so as you guys exit from the office, to make you open the door. The maid is like, "Oh, sorry, didn't mean to stand in your way." And you guys hear the angry stomping, and Anna, you know, like as you hear the sound of something breaking, you see it. You hear the sound of something. Something clatters like from underneath the door, and you see it. A little tiny, pale doll arm clattering from under the door.
Oh boy.
You're muted.
Yeah, I didn't have much to say.
Okay. So you guys leave.
I couldn't hear him either.
Hmm.
You guys are heading towards the church.
Yes.
Hey, I missed. I had Honorum way too low. What did he say?
He said he hadn't had anything to say about that.
Okay.
Oh, the entire time we're out and about,
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye out for that shady little guy that was working for the Wactors, just in case.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
The entire time that we're walking, Fisk is kind of hanging back and talking to himself, but this time he's talking to the spirit.
Oh shit.
Has it thought a name for itself?
Not yet. I have a feeling that I had a name in life. One that I've forgotten when I was reborn. I don't know how or why I'm like this now. But I know it must have been done so I can take vengeance on Rahadim.
How many wielders before us?
Just one. She
What's
was
his name?
beautiful. Auburn-haired. Furious. Her name was not known to me. I was still wild. She is the one who gave me the name the Spear of Beasts. She... I don't remember much from that time. I was still only barely consciousness, but I remember being chased. I remember proud laughter. Someone was chasing us. Someone monstrous and powerful. And just when he caught up to us, she threw us, herself and me, off a cliff and into the waters below. Of what became of her, I'm not sure, but I know hundreds of years passed. And I was found by a wizard, an old man. He kept me as a curio in his shop before putting me in that chest. In the darkness, I've had time to awaken, time to remember things. But not all of them.
Does it remember the wizard's name?
It's quiet for a moment. No. I'm sorry.
No need. Nothing to be sorry for.
My mind is barely there as it is. I hope to one day remember who I was, why, and who turned me into this. But before that to happen, Rahadin must die. I know that for a fact.
I will ask it. Can it hear the rest of us?
I can hear them, but I can only speak to you. The others, they might not always understand you. But I promise that in battle, I'll protect you.
We will use it well.
Thank you, warrior. Alrighty.
Go quiet for a long time.
With that, you guys arrive at the front of the church. You guys can see. You guys can see in the graveyard the children are currently playing catch with Governess Victoria watching over them. The kids are laughing and smiling. You see Philip with them. You see Loretta standing next to Victoria. She looks pale and tired. Let's see. Do you guys enter the church, or do you guys go to the graveyard?
I'm gonna go to the graveyard. See the kids.
Going on.
Okay.
Before we start walking in that direction,
Alrighty. 1 second. Let me see.
gentlemen, just so you know, I'm not sure if you recall Loctor's little imp friend, Majesto. Well, I've managed to come across the ability to summon said imp, which I have done, and I have spoken with him. He is willing to serve me for the meager price of some magical energy, a little bit of money, and the fact that I install him as the ruler of Barovia when the time comes. Any attempt to give that up would result in my death. I summarily dismissed him. That being said, he did happen to know the pit fiend, the bat effigy, and would only tell us if I agreed to his contract. And with that, Norman, I turn on my heels and I walk into the cemetery.
I says, well, he gave away more information than he realizes. That's perfect. That's enough, I think. Thank you. That's interesting. And then, yes, I'll turn and continue into the graveyard.
Alrighty, a very rare sound. The sound of children's laughter reaches your ears as you guys make your way into the graveyard. You guys kind of hop the fences to reach it. As you see, the kids are running. They don't really pay attention. They're too caught up in the game. As the governess and Loretta are sitting under a tree, watching the rest of them.
Here we go.
The governess smiles at you guys. Ah, gentlemen, it is so good to see you. Have you come to visit us?
Just for a bit. I walk over and I look at Loretta.
She looks tired and weak. She says, hi, she says shyly.
Kneel down, so I'm not like towering over. And how are you feeling?
Tired.
Tired?
My stomach hurts. And my head hurts.
Look at Victoria. Say, how's she doing?
Well, Mother Lucia is walking and researching on what to do in regards to her condition.
We can just treat her as well as we can. And that's all.
Exactly. Although, from what I understand, it's a fairly complicated affair. If you wish to speak to Mother Lucia, I believe she's currently in her office.
I will.
Excellent.
And reach into my bag, and I've got that little Irina doll, and I hand it to her.
To Loretta?
Yes.
Loretta looks surprised, but oh, she's really pretty.
Yes, she is. I imagine she's brave and strong, and a good friend. I barely know you, but no, this is a doll that looks like a very good friend of mine, and I'd like you to have it, and remember me with it. I'm gonna be traveling soon.
Philip told me about what happened. I know that all of you saved me. I'm sorry, my memory is not strong right now, but thank you.
Yeah.
She
Pat her on the head and I say,
sniffles.
just remember your dad and think of him.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, right, darling. Let's. She says she's still taking it really hard.
it's understandable. And
And she starts very gently crying, but not like panic crying. As she holds onto the doll and like kind of melts into Victoria's hug.
I'm sorry, but I was only here for a moment, and I wanted to talk to her. And
No, it's fine. It's fine.
and yeah, I guess that's. I'm gonna go check on Philip, see how he's doing.
It seems that Philip, you can see that he's playing with the other kids.
Okay.
They're definitely having fun. Like he doesn't seem to be in any sort of trouble whatsoever. Like he's
Being a
you
kid?
can see as he's being kid.
Cool.
So, I just kind
Gotta look at everybody. Hey, Mother Lucia?
Let's.
So yeah,
Yeah, we'll head to the
inside
side of the church.
Alrighty. With that, would you guys be okay if we took our break? Right.
God, yes. I've got to pee so bad.
Yeah, me too. I'll see you guys in just a bit.
No problem. Ah. Whew. Said that, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be weird. I do, and this could be really interesting. Put it in Irina's hand, is what I'm thinking, because if that was one of Strahd's beloved, and presumably the same soul, it'll recognize her. It didn't even know her by name. That's what I'm thinking. It's just like a really interesting what could happen. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because I was like, that also is a link to that.
1 second. Where's Discord?
I think the nurse like jabbed that needle in way deeper than she needed to. My hand hurts like a bitch. As you guys open the door, you guys can hear mumbling from the
Hang on a second, fellas.
southern room.
Come on.
That's the way to the kids' quarters.
There we go.
As in, there's two like staff bedrooms. There's one here and there's one here, and you can hear like mumbling coming from here.
You said southern room, so I assumed.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Nope. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you guys knock, or you guys see the church's like little library corner, and there's also just the door to the outside.
Never been in here. Oops.
I scratch on the door.
The mumbling stops, and you hear footsteps approaching. Tick tick tick. Mother Lucia opens the door. She looks rather tired, and her eyes are red. Oh, hello again, everyone. Um, she exits. You can see that she's rather a little bit frazzled, like she's been walking really hard. Um, what time is it?
I go, rough time?
I've been working all night, trying to find a that poor child to be denied their own choices, to have the fate of becoming a monster foisted onto her. I don't want to even think of it. I've been studying those seeds that were spewing out of her. It was. Their purpose is even more horrible than I imagined. They are to take roots within her body and slowly change her over the course of several months instead of several years. Quite literally overwriting the person's personality into the monster.
But if we could stop them, we could stop it happening?
I do not know if it can be stopped happening. The seeds are gone now, but it is still her very biology. I can no right now, as far as I can tell, I can no more stop this than I can stop puberty.
So she is what she is.
She is what she is, I'm afraid. There must be a touch of humanity. There must be, since that is partly what she is. That is what I'm hoping to try to reach. To have it override the monster if possible, but
I look and I
right
say,
now I'm afraid right now I'm afraid it's probably going to be the same issue as I have with Bassoon and his healing. I am simply not powerful enough to do and to undertake such a undertaking, such magnitude.
Well, for now, regardless of who and what she is, we can take care of her and keep her safe.
It's to my hopes.
And I'll try and come up with something to help. Or, worst comes to worst, since even with her, even with what she is, I cannot bring myself to kill a child.
Never. No, never. I would rather set her into the wilds to be with her own instead. I cannot, and I will not hurt anyone who has been in my care.
Well, worst comes to worst, I will take her home. And,
Let us hope it does not come to that.
well, let's see what happens as she changes. She might want it. I don't know.
It is my hope not.
Um,
Besides that, I am glad to see you are all still all right and living.
oh, one other question.
Yes, of course, anything.
Um, werewolves.
Yes. What about them?
I presume the freedom from the nightmares would extend to them if they were close by.
She blinks a couple of times, unsure about the direction. I suppose so.
Well, brace yourself. We may have some new neighbors.
What?
I'm
You-
working on a truce.
A truce?
A truce. And it will be tense if this happens. Someone publicly needs to try and keep the peace if this comes to pass. And I can think of nobody more qualified.
Okay. I do not know. Um, it's been quite a while since Valaki has been expanded. And if I'm honest, I wasn't alive when that happened. So I do not know. Hmm. Actually, that does stand to reason. Since Valaki was expanded, 80 years ago, I think, and no one in that area suffers from the nightmares, I would say that yes, the area of the influence will extend to the new part of the walls. Although I cannot speak it to how quickly that would happen. It could be immediate or it could take some weeks or months.
It's good news, though. Um, yeah, there will be some discussions, and if so, there may be some new neighbors, not in,
I am
but connected to Valaki.
I I would say that that is good news. I think it is a good thing for less less murder to take place.
I see no harm in Valaki becoming a refuge to anybody willing to stand together.
I I hope you know what you're doing.
So do I.
The lucky relationships with werewolves not been an easy one. I would expect both sides to be very, how you say, ah, damn, my common, aggressive with each other, if not outright violent, should they cross paths. It
True.
is
But if the most difficult alliance comes first, all the others will be easy to follow.
I suppose so. Have you talked to Miss the Burgomistress yet, Irina?
Irina's open to the idea and is already looking at plans for how to arrange the walls.
Surely.
Soon there will be a
Well,
meeting between the leader of the pack that we are talking to and Lady Irina.
Would it be possible to bring myself as well?
I was going to suggest
I-
that. It will be at the old gatehouse where we have our new establishment. And I will
Oh
let
yes,
you know
the grey base.
when.
The children saw it on the walk the other day, and they were quite overcome with excitement. They were hoping to come in and meet you, but unfortunately, you were away, so we did not want to disturb the hardworking guards. Um,
Sometime we might have to throw an evening party and everyone will be invited. And I just kind of smile.
that would be nice.
So, just figure you should know what may be coming. With that, I'm just going to kind of sit on the chair and ask if anybody can think of anything else we need to cover. Tarmagen just kind of goes quiet and seems to be thinking.
I am so proud of you for bringing more peace and hope into the land. Even if this falls through, the seeds of friendship have been sown. Maybe not, even if this falls through, maybe one day someone will be the one to extend a hand. I'm sorry. I find myself doubtful, but wishful. Is there anything else I could help with?
I look over at Urgle and I go, you seem to be knowing how we are on potions. How are we? Because we could use some healing because we're going to be back on the road very soon.
Could always use some more, but I think the mother is quite exhausted already as is. We'll
Only
just
if she
have to
has
go
it
without
already.
for now.
Yeah. If she doesn't have any, that's okay. I understand.
All right. So, you guys done with the church? Because it doesn't seem like anyone said anything.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I stand up and I go, gentlemen, with what little coin I have left, I'm going to buy us some drinks at the Blue Water.
Alrighty. So, you guys head out and go to the Blue Water Inn. It's been a little while since you've been there, I
Yeah.
think.
Got to make the rounds.
Yeah. Let me see. Back to the town of Valaki. It's really like you're taking your time, like walking through the streets. You can really appreciate the difference of what happened, of this and how it used to be. People still seem a little bit dreary, but the hopelessness is completely gone now that the last of the stockades have been removed. People seem to be walking, with heads held high. You hear more conversations, even laughter here and there. If you squint, it could almost fool you into thinking you're in an outside city. And Honorim, you notice that you're being followed. Talmagin, you too, because you told me that every time you're outside, you'll be noticing for that.
Okay. A familiar figure or no? Just
It is a
unflinching.
familiar. It is a familiar figure. It is Lady Vachter's little spy man.
Aha.
Little bastard.
Is doing a not very good job
trying to kind of follow a few dozen steps behind.
All right. I just kind of turn and I smile at him and I kind of come along
Uh,
and just keep going to the blue water.
as soon as you turn to do that, like he ducks into an alley instead. Alrighty, let me see. Blue water, blue water, blue water.
Who's that guy in the alleyway?
Alrighty, as you head towards the blue water, it's fairly busy today. You see some kids. You see the Brahmin Bray as well as some other kids playing together um, on the hill outside. Oh, why is there two vases?
Double the chip.
Delete some doubles. Yeah, deleting some clones here.
Just a doppelganger encounter.
No biggie.
It's actually a custom monster I'm workshopping. Like a really horror-heavy doppelganger. That's a lot stronger than the ones in the monster manual.
Nice.
Pretty excited for it.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite things to do are homebrewing like less saucy monsters, giving them a little bit more sauce, like I did with what's his name, with Dirt Mind. That was
Nice.
fun, like the ability to juice up after being
Yeah,
after eating enough secrets.
that was fun.
I just feel
Pain
like
in the ass.
doppelgangers are so like one note when they shouldn't be. They're like
Yeah.
really
I
quite
know, right? They could be
terrifying.
so much more,
Like,
could be so much more interesting, especially that whole like secret business.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot to work with there. So I'm definitely turning it into this gnarly like entire long encounter.
Oh, there's two of me.
Oh, then where's your second? Oh, there it is. Yeah, alrighty. So,
Okay.
you guys arrive at the Blue Water Inn, and you guys can
This is new.
see there's
Yeah.
quite a lot of people chatting, talking, eating. Danica smiles to you guys. Ah, welcome back. It's been quite a little while since we've seen you.
Ah, it's good to be back. Well, obviously we're not staying here now. We finally found a home.
Ah, you traitors! She shakes her fist jokingly. Well, now I can't. Now that you don't get to live in my room for free anymore. Now what will I do?
Make some money off that room, I hope.
Well, indeed, I will. We already are actually, so don't go expecting it to be rented again. Well, what can I do for you, gentlemen? How about a little round of drinks?
Absolutely. And I just pull out like 5 gold and set it down for the evening's monies.
She looks at it and says, well, you know what, for you guys it's fine, but unfortunately we had to put up the price of our alcohol again.
Oh.
We've just been hearing nothing at all from the Wizards of Wine's winery. Erwin actually has left to go and check what's happening. He's very worried.
What?
Oh boy.
He left?
Well,
How long ago?
last night. It's been almost more than a week since it's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, actually. Since our last shipment. As you know, the winery provides alcohol for almost 70% of Barovia, us included. My husband's family is very important. Without the winery, most people simply can't deal with the nightmares. I know we don't have to deal with that anymore again, but people still need alcohol, and
Is
the rest
he?
of Barovia needs it too.
I look at her and I go, "Is he traveling alone?
Uh, yes.
Is he
By
safe on the road alone?"
she leans forward and say, "He's not using the road. The road.
Okay.
He's taken wings, shall we say?"
Tarmager breathes a sigh of relief. Good. I've been on the roads. It's not a fun place.
No, they're not. I
I
They've been
know we
lied
need to
before,
go,
but
and
never by this much. Listen, I know you're all so very busy, but do you think you
we
could go to the
have to go.
winery and just make? Do you think you could go to the winery and check on him and make sure that everything's all right? I can't help but worry, and worry for his family as well.
Yeah, him going up there alone, so we might have to.
Well, his brothers are there, his brothers and his father, so
Well, isn't the whole problem that he hasn't heard from them? How do we know that?
exactly. Um, there's not many of us in the city, so there's not exactly much in choice that he could have done to go with anyone else.
Sure.
I kind of look at everyone and I says, we could make a quick trip to just set up the meeting and then go right up there. It's one thing when we just needed a few things, but now he's on the road to that place. There's too many things calling us there.
Do we have the other horses?
We'll find
I'm
out.
sure they're
We'll find out.
must be ready by now.
Well,
Perhaps we should ride at dawn.
it may be time. I look at her and I say, I think it's time. We're going to go after him in the morning and catch up and help him in any way we can.
Thank you. It's a huge load off my shoulders. He tells me there's nothing to worry about, but because who would harm the one family that makes alcohol for everyone? But I can't help but be scared for him every time he goes there.
Resources are power, and everybody wants power in Barovia.
Well said, my friend. And
She looked.
I kind of smile at her, go, but for right now, I'm going to go sit at my table. And I smile and I walk over and
Oh,
grab a
of
seat.
course. We actually have a little bit of a new type of alcohol. I don't know if you've tried it before. Have you ever tried Scumble before?
Let's put
You
that
must
in
have
the
had
back.
some the night you served us some.
Yeah, I was going to say, I spent some time on the floor under this table. I know
yes, you
Scumble.
did. Oh, right, indeed. So, yes. Sorry, all this worrying about Erwin has really scrambled with my brains. Well, I was going to drink it myself, but honestly, now that Erwin isn't here, I figured I'm going to need all of my faculties.
I smile. I says, maybe later. Maybe one round. I don't know if I can do more than that. I smile.
She smells. Sure. She definitely, like, now that you've gotten a quick closer to her, she definitely looks like she's been missing sleep. And in honor him, those of you who are more perceptive would notice that she's probably been crying a little too.
Yeah, she's scared. So I'm going to sit and survey the tavern and wait to see if our little shadow makes his appearance. And can wait for Lady Irina.
I think Irina said she'd be there in the evening. It is currently still pretty early. It's only
Oh.
around 2 p.m. or so.
Hmm.
Irina mentioned evening,
Tonight.
so
Hmm.
probably around 6 or so.
Okay. So I'm just going to settle in and have a drink and enjoy an afternoon of drinking. Lightly
All right.
drinking.
Sure. Sure. As you guys sit and enjoy, you guys just want to pass the time until Irina gets there?
Any objections? Yeah, I'm good with that.
Or until that deck following us shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems that either he's hidden himself pretty well this time now that he's realized it's been noticed, or he's simply not following because you don't see him for the rest of the night. However, as the sky outside darkens, um, you see, you do see eventually Irina arriving in. You guys can see her like probably from the window, like Irina arriving in the company of Victor and Isaac. Victor looks completely uncomfortable, like he doesn't know what to do with himself. Isaac simply has his habitual annoyed expression, uh, constantly looking around himself, making sure that no one's getting too close to Irina. I'll make sure that Isaac and Victor have names on their tokens.
Excuse me.
There we go. Oh, is that how you spell it? Cool.
And you approach and says, "Ah, Tom. Oh, I see you already started without me."
Come on in, join the crowd.
Certainly, certainly. You see some people are people turn their seats to see their new burgomisters. Irina is simply in a pretty simple red and black tunic as she pulls out the seats for herself and Victor. Isaac looks around and pulls a seat from a nearby table and sits himself over here as well. Shrink everybody down a little bit since you're much bigger than them.
Move off there. Okay.
The 1,700.
Alrighty. Danica, my love, if you could get me us some ale and some beers and ciders all around on me. For everyone, Irina lifts her glass and about cheers. Danica lifts an apple and says, "Yes, Burgomistas, immediately." And spills out the order as the bar cheers Irina's name. And Danica brings you guys a whole new round of drinks.
Yay.
Isaac declines, pushing his towards Irina. Irina shrugs and double fists it. Victor, could I have some
tea, actually. And then it's like, no, you're not going to have tea. You need to drink. And she pushes a mug of ale into his hand. It's like, okay,
Come
fine.
on, drink it all in one sip.
I prefer to have my faculties about me. And you're always stuck in that stuffed up attic of yours. Come on,
What's a faculty?
live a little bit.
I look at him and I go, I will get shit-faced, stupid, drunk, falling down under this table. And there is nobody that needs to be more aware of my faculties than me. Enjoy a little. It makes it worthwhile.
All right. I suppose I owe it to all of you for not turning me into my aunt. And he'll start sipping at it daintily. You can very clearly tell he's not used to drinking, and his cheeks are reddening pretty quickly, making his scars all the more visible. Oh, okay. So, whew, finally, a little bit of breathing space. You have no idea how much you've done for me today. It's completely different. I've spoken to some of the council members. One of them threatened me with an uprising, another threatened that he'll run me through there and then. Isaac nearly threw him through the window. And the third one did think that we should at least meet with them because, as she put it, better them than us to claw at the other dogs.
There is
Since
that.
it was 2 against 2, that means that it's something that needs to at least be heard. So,
Can't lose anything by just talking.
exactly, can't hurt, right? Can't
And
hurt.
would you mind if Mother Lucia joined you in the talks? It seems she would be good at the table as well.
No, no, of course not. So far it will be myself. It will be Mother Lucia then. Isaac, the werewolf leader. Did any of you want to join the conversation as well?
We may
If
have,
we're here. If we're here. Maybe. But yeah. It's
we may be pulled away.
we may be traveling again very soon. But if we can, we will.
I understand. You're
Um,
always so busy, all of you.
Um, there will be one issue, and I kind of lower my voice just a little bit, and I go, I know Isaac has to be there, and I look directly at Isaac, and I go, but no, they want your head.
Shit.
Isaac grins in response. Do they now? Well, I'll take care of us first. All I need is just an excuse to end that month's stupid little life. They're all so cocky, thinking that unless they have silver, they can't be hurt. I can't wait to show them what my hands can do. Isaac, I think you forget the point of this is to not start a bloodbath. I really would appreciate if you wouldn't taunt a alpha werewolf when I'm 5 feet from her. Isaac looks annoyed, but nods and puts his hands down.
Yeah, I look
So-
at him and I go, I understand a personal grudge, Mr. Isaac. Personal grudges can be settled even after a truce. And I kind of smile at him.
His eyebrow kind of raises, and he says, and it's like, don't encourage him, but Isaac does seem to look at you with new appreciation. And like as he gives a subtle nod. Let me see. Right, guys, get your first round of drinks. They're fairly light ones. And it says, "Oof. By the way, has anyone heard of a fellow called Escher? He's been seen around town and apparently trying to make, apparently following various mercenaries and town guard." asking them to. Here it is. Apparently, he wants somebody assassinated in the city. I'm assuming it's me.
It's not very subtle.
He's
No, he's not. So far, he's managed to distance everyone else. Apparently, from his demeanor, Isaac heard from one of his guards about it when he approached one of them and then commented on the man's smell. Apparently, we have at least some manner of noble, or at least fancies himself as such.
Yeah, I've spoken to him. And I pull out his card. He gave me this.
Good lord.
I put it back away. I go, but if I want to get a hold of him, I can. So if he's a problem, I can take care of him.
Still have no idea who his target is.
I wonder that as well. Why didn't you find that out? At least out of curiosity. Maybe it would be. Obviously, we need the fellow put away or run out of town. I can't have an assassin, the commissioner, run about my city, but it's I suppose it would be useful to know what he's after. Why?
Just pretend to agree to accept his contract and see what happens.
I kind of look at him and I go, this actually is a problem. I says, to agree to a contract is big. I don't do it lightly. And I can't agree to it knowing who the target is. So it can't be me. Because I will probably feel like I need to kill that person if I agree to that contract.
Tell me that you, of all people, have a problem with lying.
Think about it. I don't actually lie that much. And never in a contract.
I don't have a problem with lying. I'll lie to him right now. Where is he?
Yeah. I'll,
We think we might know who he is after.
Ooh.
Coin Edge. She approached us.
Oh.
When they spoke to Casimir.
Victor's face pales immediately when you say that, and he chokes on his ale. Coinage, you've met with Coinage.
Who's Coinage?
No one in particular. Sorry, Irina. Thank you for taking me out. Everyone, you have a good night. Victor puts down his ale.
I grab him by the hand before he steps away. I just kind of grab his forearm.
And I immediately
say,
block him.
Right, you block him over here. You hold his hand. He says,
I think you
this
need
is
to
unideal.
sit down now.
I think you need to let me go. I think you need to let me go right now, please. If she's still alive, then I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in public.
I look at him. I go, you have to deal with this.
He disappears, and he disappears from view. And let me see now. Where is Honorim? Honorim's over here. Okay. Oops. Isaac immediately stands up and is like, Victor, what the fuck? And then, yeah.
I still smell
it. You still smell him where he is. You hear the sound of footsteps outside, running footsteps, and you see him running from outside. He used a kind of spell. I'd like you to roll me an initiative, Fisk, and everybody else who's going to be trying to chase him.
Oh hell yeah!
Forgot to, yeah.
So
Tried to block
he
his path, but it didn't work. God damn it! That's like the last 4 initiative rolls once.
What?
okay.
Oh my God!
That's
Ow.
8 plus 6. That's
Get out to here.
Motherfucker.
alrighty. That's 14.
Every time. I feel like the probability of this is like astronomically low. Like,
Alrighty. Ogre, various damage and fists. I'm guessing does Honorim stay seated?
Yeah,
He's watching.
I'm enjoying my
Oh,
drink.
this is gonna be good.
Irina is like goes to Chase like, oh, they can handle it. Just I don't need this additional headache. Alrighty.
Drink
Fist.
is me.
Irina, clack. Your mugs together. Alrighty. Fisk, you up.
So at the door, I can see him running.
You could see him from the window. If you can see him, then you can see him. That's what my rule is.
Okay.
yeah, I
So
can't
from
see him.
here,
Neveritsi, you could see him running to the west when you were at the window, when you were
I'm
inside.
gonna pull the Voltusha down
Mhm.
and
Sound of wolves in your ears.
I take off. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I can get to him, right?
I believe you can.
Jesus.
Yeah, like he seems to think he's safe, and he's like, and then like almost the second after that he escapes, you're like, ah! As you like fucking run up behind him.
He sees
Man, crybaby.
a black panther with a flowing mane just jump in the air, and I'm gonna hit him one time. I'm gonna start with one
Okay.
and do stunning strike.
Stunning strike on this poor bastard. Oh boy. Let me see.
Oh.
Okay. It's gonna be a straight. Oh fuck. Okay.
Damn. All right.
Alright. Is that one stunning strike or 2 stunning strikes?
2. I'm gonna
Oh,
hit him
shoot.
again.
17.
God damn. All right.
Terrifying.
Flurry,
Yeah, no modifier. Just hold it. Just hold really well. Ow!
flurry.
Ah!
It's no small
Actually,
amount of damage either.
actually, sorry, Fisk. Why do you have advantage?
Because that's what the sheet is set at.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 10 and 11 are not gonna hit him. As he just stumbles, and just like manages to miraculously dodge both of your attacks.
Just go right over him. All right. And I'm gonna turn right around and flurry of blows, hit him 2 more times.
Okay, go ahead.
Jesus.
All right. Let me think. He's actually 16. No,
I'm
that
either
one
gonna
hit.
knock his ass. I'm either gonna
Yeah,
knock
that-
his ass out,
Yeah,
stunning
that one
strike
is
him.
it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's see if his luck. Yeah, oh, that's stunning strike. Ah, he's like reeling in place as you just like knock him on the jaw, really hard. Ah, wow.
All right. Ends my turn. And the last thing I'm gonna say to him is, as he's dazed,
and will stay in place. It cannot
Oh.
outrun us.
Oh.
I think you knocked a tooth loose.
And that's it.
Was that was not necessary. Varys, go ahead.
So Varys actually has a line of sight on him, and he wants to shoot him so bad with an arrow, but is not going to. Going to
Never
one.
mind, it's Irina's
Thank
cousin.
you.
So he's just going to run up here, and now he has. If he gives him any more trouble, he's going to be ready to grab onto him to try to restrain him.
Sure.
Uh,
Let me see now. Oh, poor little bastard. Tarmagen.
um, your Ptarmigan laugh goes, yeah, they got this. And I start walking back to the table. And I have a seat and wait for him.
Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, God.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Stop. Going somewhere. And that's it.
Alrighty. And then we have Fisk, it's your turn once again.
We can hit it again. Or it can come with us and answer some questions. And then go home.
He lifts his hand. I yield. Don't hit me again.
Good choice.
Oh. He shakes his head kind of like as he like tries his jaw out. Was that really necessary? I was just running back home. I was.
And I slowly go from a standing position back down to a sitting. And I just wait for him to go ahead of me.
He disappears into another puff of mist and reappears inside the tavern, seemingly as the last show of defiance. He sits back down. Irina slaps him on the back of the head. What the hell were you thinking? You scared us all after death. It's a long story. It's a very long story. Well, we have drinks, we have a table, and we have company, so spill it. What's the deal with you and this coinage girl? I thought you were involved with Stella. At least until the whole incident. Well, you see, I suppose that now that you're the burgomaster's cousin, I can tell you it's either that or you'll have my head. Um, You know how I told you that I'm practicing some magic in regards to teleporting out of Barovia? Well, I couldn't really do it on my own, especially after my aunt disowned me, so I turned to other sources to get knowledge and material from the outside. The Petrovic Vistani. I've tracked them down and managed to convince them with some gold uh, to help me acquire certain things that I couldn't really acquire very legally or easily. And Coinage was the one who was my usual contact. Over time, Coinage and me connected, but one day Somebody, and he gives a sharp look to Isaac, who maintains a neutral frown, caught me sneaking out, and my father basically made me a house prisoner. I think Coinage was rather upset with me about that, as I was supposed to give her something rather important. I'm pretty sure that if she found me, she'd kill me. I don't seem to have a very good luck with women.
So, you think you're the target?
I suspect that this Escher person is one of her contacts or toadies or whatever you would like to call it.
Interesting. Okay. Um,
Thank-
I would like. I look at Isaac and I point at Isaac, Irina, you. I just kind of laugh. I says, whatever weird secrets that are going on around this town, y'all need to tell us about them. You don't have to worry that if you tell me, this person will find out or that person will find out. I'm not going to throw anybody under a bus. But I need this information.
We have this foolish habit of helping people. You should take advantage of it.
Yes. Go lay low. We'll see if we can take care of it. Now you can go.
Oh, thank God. Victor. Victor will immediately exit the tavern.
I gotta ask him how to
pulling a hood
jumps
over his
around
head.
like that.
I go, look at Irina and I go, it just doesn't end around here.
See what I mean?
Oh,
You think you have it bad? Like, wait until you're in charge of this place.
Oh no. I made sure that was you, not me.
Oh, and I thought
And
you
I
were doing me a
laugh.
favor. She laughs too.
So, wow. Well, still no sign of the. Actually, I says no.
Sorry, could you repeat? Still no sign of the what?
No, I said Tarmagin. He kind of looks around at everybody. He goes, "Everybody have a few drinks, and I have to go out here, and I'm just going to see if I can spy Mr. Weasel outside on the street, possibly." That's it.
Blend into the trees.
Alrighty. Where are you, Tom Jen?
I'm right
Okay,
at
you're
the
looking at
porch
it.
right now.
Yeah, give me a perception check there, please. No, he's either not here or he's hidden himself really well this time.
I see how this night's going. I'm gonna go have me some more drink.
Yeah. As you guys basically spend the rest of your evening with Irina and Isaac. Isaac is basically just a sourpuss and refuses to drink anything whatsoever for the most part until Irina tells him, like Irina, who is quite in her cups, says, Isaac, either you get your ass as drunk as I am, or you're fired. Isaac, who's basically been sitting back like crossing his arms the whole time, just takes a deep, deep, annoyed sigh, like the most annoyed sigh I've ever heard anyone take, and says, "Fine. For you, Irina, I'll do anything. Yes, that's your job. Now I want to see you train this cop.
I stand up and I go, Isaac, if you're going to do it, let's do it right. And I yell out, Scumble!
Gumball! Danica returns. Isaac looks on. What is Gumball? And Danica comes to the table with two shot glasses and a small green see-through bottle. As she pops it up, as she uncorks it, the smell of apples immediately fills the room completely and makes your eyes water. It is not any less strong than last time. Isaac looks rather apprehensive as Irina chuckles. There. Drink that. That is my command of you.
I look at Irene, I go, oh, you have to as well. It's kind of the point.
No, I'm already. No, you can't do this to me. You're the one. No, you're the one who called for Scumble. I can't do this.
Oh, I'll have some too, but for now, this is between you two.
You're a bastard.
As everybody's distracted by that,
Mm.
I grab Isaac's attention.
How do you do that?
I just give a light tug on his shirt.
He looks pretty he looks very very like bemused and flabbergasted, and he glances down. What?
What if they could convince the werewolves to protect Irina?
That does indeed get his attention. I'd like you to give me a persuasion check there. Please.
No. This always goes well. What the fuck? Why is there 4 d20s?
Yeah, I still don't know what that bug's about. It's been going on in my games too. It'll give you more dice than is actually being rolled. It's this weird graphical bug.
You see him raise an eyebrow, and then like an thoughtful expression spreads on his face.
At that point, it just disappeared back under the table.
Yeah, he seems to. Yeah, he definitely seems to consider it.
I've got a question. Sorry to pause the action here, but like my numbers on my 3D dice don't even match the four rolls.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
okay, everybody
weird.
else.
I just don't use the 3D dice. I just use the chat.
I didn't even get any dice, but I got 4 rolls.
Okay,
just I'll usually see at least one matching my roll, but yeah, all the rest will be like way off, and I don't know. I just ignore it now.
I don't have a problem with matching. I think it's just like 4 dice just pop up. I mean, I also had mine set to advantage. I just fixed that, so I don't know. It's weird.
It is super weird, but it's a thing.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember the roll you see, Eric, might be adjusted for. Like you might roll 8, like he rolled Fisk rolled 18, but he's -2. So if you see 18 on the dice and a 16 on the roll, that's
a 16 on the roll there. So let me see. I see disappear. Danica pours Scumble into 3 shot glasses. There only seems to be enough for like there doesn't seem to be all that much left, but there does seem to be enough at least for the 3 of you. Irina takes care with the confidence of someone who had way too much to drink, and Isaac takes his with the daintiness of someone who is a complete and utter straight edge. Does not look at all confident, and you see him wrinkle his nose at the intense smell of apples. Temujin, you hold your cup. You hold your shot glass.
Yep. Look at him and I go, This is the fun one. And I down it back.
To
Oh,
Valaki. He
Valaki.
mumbles. He mumbles to Valaki, and downs it back. And time for Constitution saving throws. Tom, give me one. Not from you, Orgal.
Oh.
Orgal, are you drinking too?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. If you're drinking too. Oh, sorry about that.
I go,
Okay.
oh, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, sure. Where is Irina's token? All right, Irina, Constitution. Oh no.
Adam's drinking too, and I'm doing all right on my constitution saves.
Yes, but are you drinking scumble?
Mm, might as
God,
well be.
I wish I had cider right now. I really would kill for some cider. Oh no, Isaac. Alrighty. So, Townsend, you, Orgal, Irina, and Isaac all knock back your shot glasses. Irina immediately hits the table. She is out for the fucking count. Isaac gives a very sheepish and kind of like goes to sit down, like to check on like there, are you alright? But then like you see his whole angle of the ground changes, and he's just on the ground. He's not unconscious, but he's just unable to hold his balance whatsoever. Urgal, you're like, oh fuck, like you kind of just like melt off your chair and down onto the floor. Oh, you, lady, Urgal, Isaac, and Irina are all drunk. Urgal, Urgal, you are very, very drunk. Um,
Me.
remember me. You feel like your eye, like your vision is swimming, and the acidity just boils in your throat, and as you can feel the heat of the scumble, uh, just like melt its way into your lower intestines and stomach. Alrighty, Tamajin, you find yourself like the only survivor.
Yeah. I smile and I take that shot glass and I hold it up in the air and I yell to the new Burgermeister and screaming. And
As you go to lay the arena from the floor, tries to lift a hand, but like you see like some like from his demon, he's like lifting his demon hand, and like some fire, like it like accidentally slaps the desk, and some fire begins to erupt from it. And your desk lights on fire, table lights on fire. Danica shouts, "Ah! Somebody put that out!"
I start patting it out, frantically laughing, and I say, I think somebody's got to take them home.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Isaac, in effect, Isaac like starts patting it as well, but his hand is still on fire, so he's just adding more fire to it. He really doesn't seem that he can shake his drink. People are starting to shout and get up and say, make a well line to the well, make a line to the well. Oh! People are starting to shout and scream as
I'll control flames. I'll cast control flames and put it out.
That's fine.
you control flames, putting out the fire. As three people kind of like run in with like full buckets of water. They look kind of sheepishly as they see the fire has been put out. Danica says, "I think you all have enough to drink for one night."
Worth
That's-
it.
Drink as
Totally
much
worth
as
it.
I want.
Mr. Isaac, that table is going to be 7 gold. Oh, yes, I will. Um, money.
Broke the table.
Uh, I don't like drinking. This is why I don't like drinking. I'm dangerous.
Yeah. I look at him. I go, well, now we know.
Mistake.
But you've had a drink with us now, and nobody died, so it was a good night.
He puts a hand on his face as he says, "Thank you.
I didn't
I
make
don't
you
want to do
drink.
this again."
I just made you drink this.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stay down here for a little while. And you see him, and he closes his eyes.
Let's have a sleepover.
I will turn to sipping my drinks after that.
Yeah, no, this has been. You are extremely buzzed at the moment, Tom and Jen, and you are definitely rationing yourself right now. Right, you guys continue drinking for a couple more hours before Irina wakes. Irina, sorry, not Irina. Isaac pulls himself off the floor. Uh, I think I better take Irina home. You see him pick her up with an utmost tenderness. And for a moment, honor him. Let me see.
Is there love in his eyes?
Of course.
He nods to the rest of you, a little awkwardly, and he's still like a little bit shaky on his legs.
When he nods to Fisk, Fisk just looks at him and goes,
He tries to nod again and says, "Right. Good night." And he simply turns around and walks away with, oops, Irina in his hand. He's very careful not to touch her with the demon arm. Alrighty.
Well, that was an interesting evening.
Yeah, Urgali, by this point, you could probably pick yourself up the floor, although you are still very definitely drunk.
Where's my horsey? I want to ride my horsey.
Your horsey was eaten, I'm sorry.
He's dead.
That is so young.
Nom 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 nom.
Poor horse.
Alrighty, by this point, it's about 8 p.m. or so, as the party is all buzzed up.
Kind of look around everybody and go, I think pretty soon here I'm going to about be wrapping it up to go to bed.
Can we sleep at the church?
I guess.
Well, I mean,
That's where we slept last night.
it seems like it helps with the nightmares. So
Oh yeah.
I don't need a nightmare tonight.
Well, thank you for thinking. Yes. So,
Well, you take them back to the church, and I will take the doll, and I'll head back to our house and sleep in my nice big comfortable bed. Keep an eye on the estate.
reach into the bag and give him the doll.
Yeah, I look at him. I go, "Well, I don't know what you got going on, but enjoy it, whatever it is."
Make any deals with any demons. Make sure you get me a cool sword.
No, I'm just looking for a bed that's long enough that my feet don't hang over the edge. That's all.
Just don't don't go putting yourself at risk alone. That's all I'm saying. And then, yeah, then I'm gonna head to the church.
Alrighty. So, as,
Before we leave,
mhm.
just to honor him.
Check on Velarin.
And I head out.
Alrighty. So, as you guys head over to the church, you guys mind if we take a 2-minute break? I just need to go to the bathroom real
That's
quick.
fine. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a smoke anyway.
What? 2 bathroom breaks?
I'm sorry, I've been drinking a lot of water to make up all this blood I'm lost. They took all my blood away.
Alright,
My
fine.
go. They took my go.
Is everybody being quiet, or is this not working? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool.
You guys at the church, it's fairly late in terms of church times. As you guys enter, you can hear a pretty familiar voice, that of bassoon, hissing in pain. And you guys you can hear Mother Lucia going, "Come now, bassoon. I know that it hurts, but we have to do this." Yeah, I know. Just do it faster, please. And grunts in pain, and you guys can see Mother Lucia is currently healing him on one of the front pews. All of a sudden, you hear a scream just makes the reverberates throughout uh, the church. See him sweaty, shirtless, as Mother Lucia is also like covered up to her hands in blood, um, and definitely the worse for wear. It's getting harder every day. Tell me about it. Oh. Uh. She sighs and turns to you. Good evening, again, everyone. I assume you'd want to stay for the night, yes?
Indeed.
Such frequent visits, but it really does help with the nightmares.
Of course. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that it's not the issue hasn't been solved completely, but from my assessment of the relic's influence, it should be from everywhere else in Valaki.
I'm glad to hear progress is coming along well.
I've also had the children lay out pillows and blankets for you to make you sleep a little bit more comfortable. It is my hope that within the month, or faster, should I get my hands on what we've discussed, things will be better. And all of Valaki will once again enjoy the full protection of the bones. Well,
Something soon. We didn't find it in the first place we looked, but there's somewhere else we're going to check soon.
good. Soon, from his perch, like on the bench, like you can see like a pool of sweat and blood, like just pooling underneath the bench. Mother Lucia seems unaffected, and but soon like he definitely looks a lot older than when she looked for him. Like not in terms of like gray hairs or anything, but it definitely seems that this is starting. Whatever this is starting to win. As his face is a lot more gaunt. He's a lot more tired looking. Cousin. You look better every day for an oak, for a full-blooded bastard. Listen, I know you and your buddies have a lot on your plate already. Do you think I could add a little bit of trouble to your life?
Sure. For you, anything.
Listen, you're the only other orc here. There's no one else of the blood that I've met or that I know of here in Borovia. I never thought this would happen, but my time is coming. I can feel it. I don't want to. I don't want to just die, Ogal. I want you to find my ancestral sword so I can have it as a headstone. And my ancestral necklace so that I can wear it on my neck when I die. When that elven bastard did this to me, he had his undead strip me of all of my things, my artifacts, my equipment. I don't know what happened to it after that, but if you could retrieve at least those two things, I know that at least I can die without regrets. Well, at least without all of my regrets.
Only if I fail to save you. But if I do fail, then yes.
With me, I had my amulet, my it was called the amulet of the Thunder Fury, the sword of the Thunder Hearts. And the pauldron of Aratosh. If you
So it would
find
probably
if you find the pauldron, it's yours, my friend.
so it would likely be with Rahadin.
I don't know. Maybe he threw them out after me. Maybe he gave them away as presents. Maybe he still has them all.
We'll find them.
Thank you, Olga. Fuck. I never thought I'd waste away. I always thought I'd die with a blade in my belly and the words of Grumsh on my lips. To waste away like this, I'm just glad everyone from Kaltersburg and from the Manglespine Mountain can't see me. But at least my end is being witnessed by another one of the blood. Thank you, Olga. Right, listen, you shouldn't talk like that. Just try to get as much rest as possible.
I know you're tired, but try to
Listen,
hold on for a little bit longer.
I'll try. His eyes close, and you can hear his breathing. His breathing is ragged, but resumes a regular pace. Mother Lucia sighs as she begins to rebandage his torso. You can see that, even with her daily ministrations, what was before a golf ball size is now almost the size of a fist. The smell is really terrible. It's pungent almost. And you can see as she's adding different herbs with each new layer of bandage to add a healing effect and to counteract the smell a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. But this curse is cruel and terrible.
How much time do you think he has left?
A week. Maybe less. He's strong, but I think he's resisted it for longer than anyone else could.
It's got to be a way.
There are two things I can think of. One is a legendary pool in Kresk. They say that somewhere in the environment of Kresk, somewhere within its grounds lies hidden a sacred pool that can heal any and all injuries. Although I don't know, I really don't think it could make the journey. The second is what we've already discussed. If I had one of those legendary gems, I could probably use it as a ritual component to once and for all remove this curse from him.
Out of character, how far away was the Wizards of Wine?
The Wizards of Wine, you pull out a map to consult it, and the Wizards of Wines, let's haul up together in there.
Probably the only other place we could look, really.
Well, you were told that the other one that the witches had, the hags had, was taken by a woman called Baba Lisaga.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
have no fucking idea where she is. Ugh.
Yeah, she's not the same direction as the windmill. We know that.
All right. So since
She
you
ain't
all have
there.
horses again now, that's going to be
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8.
Wow. Oh, is that where it is? Okay.
So it's even further away than Kresk.
It could.
Yeah, really, kind of.
It would take you about 2 days of travel if you ride on your horses at a good pace. With including breaks, including one long rest. If you including one long rest, it could take about 2 days or a day and a half, depending on delays or anything like that.
So if we leave right fucking now, handle our business and come straight back, like maybe we could do it. Ugh. Don't want to let my homie die.
Let me see. In the meantime, Fisk. Yes. Yes, I've heard. I've felt it too. That sounds familiar. Ugh! It grunts pain. I can remember it's burning. I think I was its victim as well. I don't remember what happened to me or if I was healed, but I remember horrible pain over several days.
Who's talking right now?
Fisk is being responded to by the beast spear.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Is there anything that it can tell us?
The dagger of miseries. It is something. It is something made by dark and cool purposes to exact as much pain and horrificness on the victim as possible. Rahadin was such a monster that he had it commissioned. Watch us suffer. Rahadin himself holds the cure. Only he can cure it. Either that. Yes, I remember the antidote. The antidote was in the dagger's hilt. hidden inside. I remember him teasing me, teasing us with it. Ugh. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
We will.
All of this I say in my head, but out loud.
There is an antidote.
What? Where?
In the hilt of the dagger.
We don't know where this dagger
Bruh.
is. I look at Mother Lucia. I say, Mother Lucia, I know you have helped me the best you can, but the answers that we need are in dark places. I don't expect you to know the answers, but do you know who I might ask? An old enemy of yours. Old stories. Something.
An old enemy of mine.
An old enemy of everyone's. I don't know.
It seems Rahadin just became a lot more important for us to find.
All the important things are old magic here.
It is right. It is a land of old magic. I'll continue to do what I can do. To do what I can.
I have a feeling I need to
Meanwhile-
speak with hags and witches and anything else I can find.
It is. If that is what is needed to do good, I will leave it up to your judgment.
All right. So I look at Urgle and I go, he's your friend. Do you want to do this?
I want to go wherever the solution is. But there's so many paths forward. How do we choose the right one?
Ahadin. Ahadin. Kill him. Slay him. Take it from his body. Stab him with it so he can feel his own terrible burn.
Do you know where to find him? Well, I'm not hearing that.
No,
Yeah.
that's just Fisk. That's just Fisk, and Fisk said, Tell them. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them.
Perhaps.
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Stab.
If not now, later. Marina. You must be patient.
Couldn't quite hear that last bit.
Yeah, me neither, sorry.
You must be patient.
Fine. But you will find I am not a patient person. I have waited for so long already. Now that I have the light of consciousness once again, I do not wish to waste it in waiting.
Then it can wait longer. A little longer.
Does that thing know where he is?
Does it know where it is?
I do not know.
Then how can it ask us to go when we do not know where to go? Patience. We'll get you what you desire.
The spear returns silence. But you get a sense of, um, not what's the word in English? Condensation, not condensation, like conceding. Reluctant conceding of the point from it.
You know who always seems to know more than they let on? The Vistani. Maybe they would know.
It might take time.
We don't have much.
We make a choice. We go. For good or bad.
Agreed.
Wait till morning. Talk with Honorum. Decide.
Decide
Go.
and go. Agreed.
As much as I hate to admit it, he's probably smarter than me, so. Good point.
I look at Bassoon and I say, is he conscious or no?
It's hard to tell. His breathing is ragged and his eyes are closed. But uh, it's hard to tell. You could try to roll me insight.
Alrighty. Come on. Boop.
Damn.
20. Yeah, no, it seems that Bassoon is. It's like you've seen people kind of like drift in and out, and it seems that he is at that point, like very exhausted, just barely keeping consciousness, like more gone than present.
All right. I just kind of put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, I don't know if you can hear me, but we're not done trying to find what can save you. I look at Mother Lucia and I go, we need to rest. We're going to ride at dawn.
Marcus, could you return last? I couldn't quite pick that up.
I look at Mother Lucia and I say, we're going to rest so we can ride at dawn to try and save him.
I guess one last question that I can't hurt to ask. Have you ever heard of the name Baba Lysaga?
Abalisaga. Yes, it
Yeah.
is the name of an evil monster's hag from old stories. They said that she snatches up children, uh, eats them, that she gives out nightmares.
I look at her, I go, doesn't that sound very familiar? Look at who we're dealing with right now.
Point being, we had hoped to find the artifact at the windmill. As you know, we did not. However, they also told us that she had this artifact. And I don't know whether I believe them or not.
Well, the
But
stories say
if
that
we
Baba
knew where she was.
Well, that's the thing. The stories say that Baba Lysaga wanders Barovia on her chicken-legged hut. I don't know how true the stories are. I've never really left Valaki, but it is said that she usually frequents um, the northern and the western side of Barovia.
Where we're already supposed to be going.
It
Well,
is said that
maybe that doubles our chances.
It is said that a lot of the stories came from the area of Berez. It is a ruined city. Maybe she could still be found there, an old haunt of hers. After all, a hag's land is a hag's power as well.
Good to know.
Well,
Would you like me
thank
to
you.
mark it on your map?
Absolutely. I think we may have a
Please.
place to go. That is the information.
One would think you could see a traveling chicken hut from far away, whatever the hell that is.
Does sound intriguing, I must tell you.
Sounds like the name of a Barovian fast food restaurant. Chicken hut.
Right. Chicken Hut.
Chicken Hut.
Come on down to Traveling Chicken Hut. Bobble Saga's Traveling Chicken Hut.
Well, yeah, she didn't want to compete with the the Dream Pastry franchise that the other ones had going.
Dan's Meat Shack.
Yeah.
All right, you should be able to see where it is.
Ooh, that's pretty goddamn close.
What? Oh, where are we? Oh. Hmm.
I feel like most of these locations are damn near equidistant, though. Like,
It's torture.
the pressure. The pressure.
Well,
Well,
Dreadbolt
they-
is where it's always been. Beres is always where it's always been. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. They're all just so, like, equally far away.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's funny because I can see like all the potential places you could go in the map, and I'm like,
oh, God. I feel like we could just ride blindly into the trees and fall into something weird. It's an uncanny. It's like, damn
Side
it.
quest. On top of side quest. All interlinked with the main quest.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I guess. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna rest. If that's okay. Does anybody else have anything we need to do or talk about? Darmagen's asking, should we just sleep and ride at dawn?
I think we have time to think now.
So what?
So I think we have time to think while we're sleeping. Wink, 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 wink.
Yes. Well, that and I actually want to do something when it is time to sleep.
Alrighty,
I'm just
so
Get my games.
Mother Lucia bids you all good night, and goes off to wash herself and get to bed. Bassoon's breathing becomes rather raspy snores eventually.
All right.
And since you guys are in the church, nobody needs to make me a wisdom saving throw if you guys are indeed going to sleep.
Yeah, the only thing I'm doing is get old Parvis on my shoulder, and I look at him and I go, well, I hope the same you comes back, even if you look different. I go ahead and do a ritual, conjuring forth a new form of familiar, and I'm bringing Parvis in as a bat.
Bat. Alrighty. In a swirl of purple, of dark purple and red magic, a bat materializes on your shoulder.
I look down
It
at
then
him.
kind of does a little. It then kind of does a little squeak and then hangs upside down off your shoulder.
All right. I just kind of close my eyes and I do the kind of the linking thing where you look through their eyes. Does it feel familiar?
It does feel familiar, but it's very, very bad vision.
Oh yeah,
Bats have terrible vision.
I says, yeah.
Although your hearing is so crisp.
I says, we're going to have fun. And I kind of look at everybody and I go, it's still Parvis.
It's still me.
And I'm going to sleep.
Alrighty, is there anything anybody else would like to do in particular before we take our long rest? Alrighty. And with that, as the party goes to sleep, we will end tonight's session of the Curse of Strahd here, with the faint smell of half-orc blood still hanging in the air.